Big up Theo Von. Theo Von recently appeared on Bad Friends. Theo Von guest appearance on Bad Friends. Pretty decent episode from what I've seen so far. Interesting little tidbit. Interesting little bit of info here, courtesy of Theo Von, on this episode of Bad Friends. He mentioned that he's re-recording his Netflix comedy special. Remember that whole kerfuffle about him crashing out when he was doing his Netflix special and not having the greatest time and having to re-record it because he was going through a stress-filled, anxiety-ridden time in his life? Well, he let Bobby Lee know and fucking Andrew Santino that he's actually re-recording it. So Netflix are giving him another chance to re-record the whole... I think they're going to re-record the whole thing by the sounds of it. He's going to re-record his whole special again because he bombed that first time he did it. Let's hear Theo Von talk about having to re-record his Netflix special.
Take some time or no?
Yeah, well, right now I don't have much touring. I mean, I'm putting some shows back up now because we're going to retape my comedy special in a month or so.
You're scrapping the old one.
Yeah, I think we may, I don't know. We just want to have a better shot at it, you know?
All right, sure.
How many did you shoot the last time?
We shot 2. We shot same day, load in same day. There was just like, I mean, we talked about it. Or I don't know if we talked about it. Yeah.
I already talked to him about him personally.
He's on the 4.
Yeah, it was just like a lot, you know, it was just like just a crazy time. And so I think it was just too much to try to do something. But I also,
it's kind of wild, isn't it? It's kind of wild that he bombed his show partly because of what happened to Charlie Kirk, isn't it? It's kind of insane, isn't it? Is it kind of ridiculous as well a little bit? Like, come on, brother, get yourself together. No. Part of the reason why he had that bit of a crash out and he was kind of feeling fried, I think he explained, was because of the whole Charlie Kirk thing and feeling a little bit anxious about being on stage and the political climate and the tensions and the country and shit. It's like, brother, you're a stand-up comedian, man. It's not that deep. It really is not that deep. And I get the feeling there was a lack of maybe accountability for maybe him not actually taking the special serious, not taking it seriously, but not really doing his lines. Because back then, Theo was like, he's still big now, don't get me wrong, but when he recorded, he was doing so many episodes of his pod. He was touring, popping up at fucking Diplo shows. I don't think he was doing stand-up seriously then. I don't think he was committed to stand-up the way he probably was in the past. I personally don't think so. So I think that bomb was a combination of all the focus that he took away from stand-up on his pod, and the focus he put on his pod, the touring that he was doing, the fact that he was rubbing shoulders with celebrities and stuff and hanging out. I think that's what that bomb was. I don't think that bomb was, oh my god, I'm scared I might get assassinated like Charlie Kirk. I think the bomb was a combination of him not taking his job seriously, quote unquote. I don't think it's cocaine. Big up Lou. I think if he was back on the coke, we would know. Because we remember, don't you guys remember how he used to be on Joey Diaz? Don't you guys remember how he was on Joey Diaz? I think on Joey Diaz was probably the last time on record that he was maybe on drugs still. I think he admits it, right? He went straight to rehab, I think, after that episode. Oh no, he went straight to do a gig, and it was like, he said it was a magical experience. But I'm pretty sure the Church Was Happening Right Now episodes were probably the last times that he was on drugs since he's been sober. And you can tell it's a super different personality, even the way he kind of carries himself. So I don't think he was on drugs. I just think he was enjoying basically being really famous and having loads of great guests come on his show. Because I think before he recorded that episode of that podcast, he had like a run of like 12 months having some sick guests on his show. Really fun episodes. He was, you know, popping up in different locations, going to dinner with different people, rubbing shoulders with politicians and the Trumps and all this malarkey. I just don't think he was doing stand-up. He just wasn't doing spots, I don't think, as often. He just lost the rhythm, innit? And so when he went to go tape the special, I'm assuming when you get on that big stage, you see everybody there, like, oh shit, I'm doing a fucking Netflix special and I haven't really put the time in. That's what I think happened. But he will tell you that part of it was the Charlie Kirk assassination. But if it was me, I wouldn't admit that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to admit that I was afraid that I might get politically assassinated. Is that what? I would just say no. The reason was, you know, I fluffed my lines essentially. But you know, personal accountability and comedians, name a worse duo.
I want to get it good. It's like, you know, I've worked hard on it. I want to get it at least to where I feel like, hey, this is the best that I can serve it.
Yeah. Where are you going to film this time?
I don't know. We were looking at Erie, but because I love the theater there when I performed there.
Really?
But
Erie,
the weather, the weather is might be pushing us out of there.
It's Erie, Pennsylvania.
And so I think maybe we're looking also at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is also in Florida. Carlos typed in Erie, Indiana.
Well, it's funny you have 3 white guys over there who are obviously conquerors of land, but they don't know where anything is. Yeah. So, but yeah, we're trying to figure it out. So, but it's all good.
Well,
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Netflix?
Of course, where else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, where else? Of course. Netflix is still his friends. I've liked that, by the way. Big up him. So, still on Netflix, still having a good time on there. Big up Theo for that regard. I'm looking forward to seeing it personally. I really hope this is good, though, his special. I really hope he can record one that's decent. Because I feel like, unfortunately for him, for whatever reason, he's really funny on pods, right? One of the funniest comedians on pods that you can get as a guest or even on his own show. He's always box office. But for whatever reason, he just doesn't translate in stand-up. I don't know why it is. He's really funny, says the most outrageous things that just sound funny the way he's saying it. You can just say normal things and they sound funny the way he says it. But for some reason, when he gets on stage, it just doesn't translate. I don't know why it is. It just doesn't work. It's not, you know what I mean? It's just odd. It's like 2 different personalities. I hope he can figure it out for this particular special and tie it all together and make people, you know, see, okay, cool, I'm funny on pods and I'm also funny on stage. But so far we haven't seen that from him. Big up Z. He did look a bit weird on Kill Tony too. I don't know if this was on anxiety meds or special vitamins. Yeah, I love it. I love a good special vitamin. I love a good adult multivitamin. Big up who is it? Sam Tripoli, in it. I think he's the one that I think that's the way I got that phrase from. I think I got that phrase from Sam Tripoli because I think he was the one that was lying and saying that he wasn't on coke, he was on fucking multivitamins. It's like, multivitamins? You mean what? Multivitamins that look like cocaine? Yeah, yo, big up Sean. No matter how big Theo gets, he's always a fucking mess. Yeah, I wonder if that's also part of like being an addict, innit? He's probably got a lot of that anxiety and shit in him, he just can never get rid of. I don't know if that's part of it, or maybe just an anxious person in general. Like even now, he looks like he's thinking about a million other things. You know what I mean? Theo must hate Brendan, says Ultra Rico. Theo's funnier when he's riffing with somebody. He's more nervous solo. Yeah, true. No, I don't know. I just think he's good. No, I think he's good solo. I take that. I disagree with that, MK. I think his podcast is one of the best when he's solo. His podcast is one of the greatest solo. He doesn't do it too often nowadays because obviously he's super famous and gets great guests. But when he does this past weekend by himself, it's fucking great. Look at the comments, even the fans of it. When he just riffs on his own, and he's just like meandering, talking and answering fucking voicemails. He's fucking brilliant. Obviously he riffs well with other people, but I think he's really good by himself as well. Big up Josie. Self-sabotage, that's the word. Exactly, there we go, love. That's the fucking word. Self-sabotage. Maybe that's the part of an addict's personality you just can't get rid of. There's always an element of you that even when you're doing well, you'll kind of want to self-sabotage, you know, because you're so used to doing it when you're not. Yeah, maybe that's part of him, part of his personality there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Big up Z says, I remember seeing him doing stand-up. Maybe the Rogan fame blew him up and he's too stressed. Yeah, he does seem really anxious though. He does seem like he's got his issues. Like he does seem like a proper tortured artist in some respects. But I do think some of the panic attack he had about the special was less to do about Charlie Kirk getting smoked and more to do with him just not doing the work and realizing when you get, imagine you've been doing what he's been doing, gallivanting around your pod, having a fun time, and then suddenly you're on stage and it's a Netflix taping. You're like, oh shit, you know, it's kind of like not revising for an exam and then finally taking it and realizing, oh shit, it's the fucking exam. You know, this is the one that really matters. And you're in this big room with everybody else on their fucking desk and you haven't done their homework. So yeah. Big up who's that? Lubinowski. He's got demons like all the good ones. Exactly, yeah. True. Big up Nav AZ self sandwich. I don't know what that means. Yep, anxiety makes you a procrastinator. Yep, true. Yep, true. So that's Theo for you. Theo special, he's retaping it. So it's probably going to be a bit of a delay in terms of getting it out. Probably not going to be the funnest experience, I think, retaping it, right? Probably not going to be the funnest. I assume comedy specials, like most things, you just want to get them out of the way and move on to the next thing. So it's probably not going to be the funnest time to redo it. And it's probably going to be a lot of pressure because of what happened last time. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping he crushes it. I want him to knock it out of the park. I want him to have at least one good special. I think he's really funny. I think he's funny enough on pods to deserve to have one special that's really decent in his fucking filmography, his discography, you know? He deserves to have one special there that people can look back on and say, yeah, you know, he did one good one. Because so far we haven't seen it.